Hello? Hello? Awesome. How's everyone doing today? Today is a great day. It's Saturday, man. Man, we made it through the week, everyone. That is a good deal. Okay. We'll wait for people to get connected, and then we'll start. We'll start going. Okay. We'll just get straight into it. What we'll do is we'll just hop right into a game, start playing. We'll just chat. We'll just have a good time, everyone. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. Make sure to put down in the stream how your guys' week is coming along, and we'll just go from there. We're gonna be playing 10-minute games, kind of just learning chess, playing chess, relaxing. We'll be starting with the white pieces. It looks like we're just gonna be playing some e4 right here, playing against a German player, so it should be really good. Should we go for any gambits? There's always like the king's gambit right here, or we can just play the regular 4 knights variation. There's a couple different options that we have, so should be really good. It's taking a long time already. 30 seconds down on the clock. Oh, looks like he aborted. No worries. We will be playing against, I think that's Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria. So, we will be playing the Sicilian defense on this one, so we'll see how it goes. Oops. Awesome. Okay, we'll bring our knight out to the center of the board. The reason for that is just to start attacking the middle of the board. He decides to bring out both of his knights. So what I'll do is I'll just be pushing this pawn right here, creating a strong pawn link chain right here. I will be looking to bring this knight out right here, and if he does push this pawn, then it won't be that big of a deal. He does decide to push this right here. Not going to be too worried about that right now. The reason for that is I could just push my pawn. I could just take. What I'll end up doing is I'll just take right here, and not going to be too worried about anything. I'll just move my knight out, get both my knights are out, and if he does take, I will just take right back. So not that big of a deal. He is trying to apply pressure on that right there. My options right now are just to defend with the bishop. It's also an option to pull out the queen. I like this bishop defending a little bit more. The reason for that is because if he takes, then I can just bring back right there. So that's what we'll end up doing. We'll just kind of just apply some pressure here soon, and we should be fine. We could just also be putting our bishop right, or our pawn right there. on the e5 square. This looks like a very strong move right here. That's what we'll end up doing. Let's create our bishop, fianchetto our bishop. That way when we move our knight, it's just eyeing this really, really strong diagonal right here. He does decide to take right there, which is a-okay. I guess we will just take back with our bishop, applying some pressure right there. There's no need for him to take right now because it is defended, but I have a good feeling that he will be taking that right there. So we should be good just to pre-move that just in case he does take it. Some alternative moves for him is to be moving the bishop out, starting to develop the bishop. There's a couple different places that he could be moving that for sure. Yeah. Anyways, how's everybody doing this Saturday? Have you guys had a good start to your guys' month? Have you guys had a good start to the year? It's April. It's a pretty good month. My birthday's coming up. My birthday's actually tomorrow. So do we have any April birthdays here in the chat? That'd be pretty cool. He decides to pivot his bishop back, and that's just not a good move because it blocks his queen right there. So what we'll do is we'll just move our bishop right here so that we can eventually just castle our king. Get going on that right there. He does decide to move his pawn. That is a very, very interesting move right there. Yeah. So we'll see. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be castling on this side. We could also be looking at bringing out our queen. That does look like a very strong move. That is actually what I'll do. I'll give him a check right here. And the reason for that is that it does allow me to castle on either side that I want now. I get to choose which one I was. And if he does decide to bring out his bishop, I can just easily take it. So there is not many insanely good moves that this player can make right now. We still got 8 minutes left on the clock for the both of us, so we should be really, really good. My next couple moves are going to be either just rotating my knight around the board. What do I want to do? I might castle on my queen side actually, just so that I can start flanking my knight. Let's do that. Let's push up my pawn. We're just going to create some pressure on his king and just try and create a threat overall to start punishing him. And this is going to be a really, really good tactic just because it does threaten his king really, really good. And right now, he can't put his knight right there. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be trying to bring our knight into the game. The whole point of this is to try and put this right here. Put our knight in a better square than where it is right now. This right here is just a really, really, really solid move because once we take, it'll be attacking really, really, really strong squares. Right now we're going to castle. We're going to be bringing our knight up. We're going to be putting our other rook on this square right here. And same thing goes for right here. I'm not really worried too much about this. I really want to be controlling this square because these are really, really strong squares to control. So what I'll end up doing right now is I'll be castling so that we can just sacrifice this at any point. There is no reason for me to take because then he will just take right back right there, and that's not what we want. We don't want him to be able to take this pawn since it's controlling really strong squares. So what we'll end up doing, he is putting my queen under attack, so what I'll have to end up doing right now is I'll just be dropping my queen back. Let's think about this real quick. We do have some time, so let's be putting our brain in the game. So the options right now go as follows. I do like this move more. He will be taking this pawn right here, but I'm not really too worried about that, just for the reason of I'm creating so much threat on his king right now, so it's just not looking pretty for him. So my next couple moves right now are going to be moving this rook right here, and that reason for that, it does create a lot of very dangerous threats for my opponent. My king's in a relatively safe place, and so I'm not really worried about that per se. This is protected right here. He can't really do anything, and if he does, I'm just going to continue my development and attack. So the next move right here for me will be to be moving this right here, and I'm going to be sacrificing my rook coming up next. So now we have to think, what are we going to do to attack? And this is going to be really, really good right here. So what we're going to be doing is we'll be trying to create a tactic right here. The options are to either move this right here. Let's think about this. We have some time to think. So if we sack the rook right now, he'll just take back. Do I push that right there? Oh, wait, no. Let's pivot our queen over 1. This is going to be a better move. The reason for this is if he does anything with his queen, like thinking that he's going to create a threat right here, it's actually not, because then we'll just sacrifice, and then that would be mate. We'll see if our opponent falls for this tactic. He was a victim of this tactic, because now once I take this right here, he will have to take back right there. And then what I'll do is I'll just move my queen in right there, and there it is, just forced right there. So absolutely good game right here. His only move right now, his only option right now is to be taking back with the pawn, but then my bishop or my queen will just be coming in on the h3 square to take that back. He'll have to block that right there, and then we can deliver checkmate. So right here, this right here is an absolutely great move. It forces him to have to move right there, and there is just so many deadly moves. We could be playing this right here and just checking him and just toying with him, but we're going to be delivering checkmate. And before that happened, our opponent resigned. It was a really, really good game overall. We'll go ahead and review it together, kind of see how everything is going. And we'll see how good of a game we played. Just kind of analyzing it together, learning together. That's the whole point of chess, is just to kind of have fun. The whole point of the stream is just we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have some fun times, and it'll just go hand in hand. So what we'll do is we'll do a game review and see how things turned out. So we'll see how good of a game we played. Oh. No worries, chess.com is going really slow today, and that's okay. That is a-okay. So what we'll be doing is we'll try it one more time, and if not, then we should just be able to play another game, or we'll just review it, go through the game, see what we missed, see what we could have done better, see what the opponent missed, everything like that. Okay, we'll just go through it by ourselves. Hope everyone's having a really good day so far. Make sure to drop down in the comment section down below how your day's coming along. It's going really good over here. Okay, we'll just play another game. So we'll just play another game right now, and what we'll do is we'll just be going through, seeing how everything's going, and let's get into another game. We'll just be playing. It's gonna be a good time. Okay, we are the white pieces this time. So what we'll do is we'll just be putting our king on the e4 square. We'll just be bringing out our knight right here. The reason for this is we're just going to be trying to attack their pawn since there is nothing defending it right now. Applying some pressure. We could just be going for the simple game right here. There is also putting the pawn to the center of the board. We could just be doing the 4 knights. Just bringing out our 2 knights right here. I think the strongest move is just to develop our knight right here. Always try and move out the knights before the bishops. Just a solid move. The reason why he moved this move right here is so that he can be putting this pawn right here. What I'm going to do to counter that is going to be the following. So if I do move out my bishop right here, that will let him to take and then take. Okay, sweet. So yeah, always double check where you're moving your pieces before. The reason why I'm doing this is so that I could eventually move right here and do what's called the fried liver, and just start applying some pressure on his king. Yeah, and we'll just see what move he makes. We got a good amount of time on the clock. He does decide that he wants to do that, which is a-okay. What we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be crashing our pawn into the center of the board. The reason for that is if he takes, then there is multiple ways for us to be taking back, capturing the center of the board. We have a very strong center of the board right now. You can see he still has not moved any of his pieces right here, so that is going to look really good for us when we start controlling the game. I'll take back with the queen. The reason for that is that whenever he's going to try and attack, it's going to be really, really good for us. And so what I could do right here is I could push this pawn right here. I could also just castle. I might just castle and then just pivot my rook out and start to attack. Yeah, we're going to be doing that. And he's probably going to bring out his bishop right here, and that's a-okay. We'll just push our pawn right here to start attacking. Good move by my opponent. Pleasantly surprised. What we'll do right here is we'll just bring out our rook. The reason for that is it's just going to create a nasty threat on this king right here, and that'll allow us to push our pawn still. If he brings out his bishop, even better for us. We aren't too worried about it. Let's see. So our options right here are to bring the queen back. We could also be looking at bringing the queen back this way, right here. I do see that to be a very strong move. It does line up against the king very, very well. We are just under attack right now. What I see the best move right now being this queen move right here, and the reason for that is once it is threatening mate in 1. If he does miss that, I highly doubt that this player is a low level like that since they are 1700. So we'll be pushing our pawn right here to kind of attack their next turn if he does decide to like move his other knight right here. But yeah, this could be really bad for him. So the options right now, we're going to be kicking this out, but before we do, we can see where all the squares it can go. It can go right here, here. That is the only options for it right now, and so we'll be kicking this out right here, right now. And the next move will be to moving that right there. The only option for this knight right here is to really move that right there. So what we'll be doing, we could be moving this right here. Where do we want our queen is the real question. So if we move that right there, okay, that is defended. So what we'll do is we will be moving our queen back to this square right here. It still puts pressure on this right here. So now we'll be able to take that right there, and then we'll be able to give a check on the king, and also have a rook right there. So we're putting him under some really, really, really good pressure right now, which I really, really do like. And and he has a phenomenal move ready for us. So I can't go right here, right here. Is my queen trapped right now? Did I really blunder my queen? Okay. I might need to pull a fast one. So we'll have to check the king right here. And this might just be our only option right now. Just because the reason why I had to do it this way is because if I move right here, he can take this right here. If I move right here or here, his pawns are just going to capture my queen. So I have to sacrifice this right here, which allows me to move my knight to one of these two squares right here, and then eventually just move my my queen out of the way. Which square do I want it on? I think it makes more sense. So we can either take right here. Yeah, that's probably the better option right now. We'll take right here. And the reason for that is after he takes, we can just deliver a check again, take this right here, and then we'll be right back into the game. So we'll go ahead and deliver that check. If he decides to move out of the way right here, we could also look at giving another temporary check. I think the best move in this case right here will just be to apply some pressure this way. I'll also be looking at putting this knight right here. It's just, we're going to try and apply as much pressure as we can just because we are not winning. We are down 2 pieces of material for a lot of pawns. But the only thing that is in our favor is that his king is really, really weak right now. And so what we'll be doing is we could either push this pawn. Let's just bring our knight into the position right now. That is what's going to be really good for us. We could be looking at that right now. Okay. The other option is just to also push this right here. Okay, let's take his bishop. I don't want him having the bishop pair at all. Our next move right here is just going to be pushing this pawn right here. So we'll be pushing our pawn right here. The reason why we're pushing the pawn is that we're going to try and create a strong attack with our rooks, while still maintaining some good pressure on the king. He'll probably shift and pivot his king out of the way, which we're not too worried about. So yeah, we're just going to shift this back so that we can still apply some pressure on the queen right here. He does have his rook lined up with our king, which we do not want, but we are not left with many choices. So our next move right here is going to be moving our rook into the E1 square, and this is what's going to be applying a lot of pressure on that. Oh, and that is just an absolute blunder. Really bad mistake by our opponent right here, and the reason for that is it just creates so much weakness for his king, and absolute blunder. He was thinking that this was going to be a good move right there, but it is absolutely not. The next move that I'll be doing right here is to be taking this, but first we're just gonna start punishing him really, really bad, and let's think of some options right here. What we'll do is we'll move our rook out right here to deliver check. We also will be looking at delivering some more check options right there. Okay, we'll just move this right here. Our next move will be to, let's think about this move right here. So what we could do right now is we could be moving this right here to start threatening taking the bishop. I do like that move. The other option is to, I do like this move a lot. So we'll move our queen right here. The whole point of this move is to put some pressure on this piece right here. His options are to defend, which he does. Let's see. We are up 1 point of material right now, so we got to be really, really careful. Let's see. Let's move our queen back right here. The reason for that is we just don't want the king to be able to go anywhere on this side. Let's put our pawn up right here. The reason why is if he does decide to put that there, we will just have a better endgame than he will. It just allows us to have a better attack on him. If he's thinking that he can just be putting his rooks down there. Okay. What he's trying to do right now is he's trying to put his knight right there. And that should be fine. Let's see. Let's just put our pawn right here. And the reason for that is if he does decide to put his knight right there, we can take that because it is pinned right there. And if he starts giving some checks, we can just... Oh, can we though? Okay. Are we able to deliver check now right here? Is this an actual check? Because... Okay, let's see. Okay, let's start to think right here. Oh shoot, this is not good. Well, we should probably pivot this right here so that we have an escape route right there. So we'll slide our king over. The point of this is to start to escape. If he does deliver a check right here, we'll just be moving our king out of the way. Oh, I didn't think of that. That is such a good move. Okay. Oh wow, this is not looking good for us. We will be going down this game. We'll definitely review this game to see missed opportunities. And what we could have done better. Never resign the game. We will be fighting till the end. He is up 5 points of material. It doesn't mean that there won't be the opportunity to attack him and just play out a good solid end game right here. Well, let's push this pawn right here. If he does put that right there, then we'll just start creating some attacks, some threats. We definitely want to have a good game, for sure. We'll leave our king right there in the middle, and how we'll play out the rest of this game is we're gonna try and put some pressure on his pieces right here. We'll be putting our pawn right here shortly. We'll be taking this pawn right here. We're going to start gunning for the pawns and then just trying to promote our pieces right here. That's going to be our tactic. We're just going to be moving our pieces down the board. Our goal is going to be try to take this piece right here and then just do our best right now. This is going to be our only chance to win. He'll probably end up taking this right here, and then I'll just have to be taking this right here. Hopefully I have enough room to move back. Yeah, he's not going to blunder this game. Our only chance is to go for stalemate. We'll see. He is a really solid player, so we will find out what he does. and what the options are for us. Okay, let's see. See what move he makes. That should, oh, that was checkmate in one right there. Just gave that away to him, but we're good. We're having a good time. He's slowly getting on us. He's slowly getting us, and that's okay. We got a minute left on the clock, and he's playing some phenomenal chess, guys. He deserved to win this game, and we'll see how this game pans out now. Okay, that is checkmate right there. Oh no, I have this escape square right here. So he'll probably end up sliding right there. Okay, got 1 minute left on the clock. We'll see if he can deliver checkmate. He is up a rook and a knight, and I'm surprised he hasn't put us in checkmate yet. So we'll see if he able. There we go. He finally was able to get us into checkmate. Good job by our opponent right there. Let's put this over here. Okay. Well, we're going to be taking a break real quick, and we'll be right back to it. Okay, everyone, welcome back. We're gonna be going through this game right here, seeing how seeing how this game turns out. I hope you guys are having an absolute great day. Let's get into it. So let's start from the beginning. See everything that we could have done better. Okay. So this is how the game starts. So the game starts off right here with moving the pawn to e4. So the king's pawn opening. Very solid game. It's very standard. This is the most played move there is. So the options are just to bring out the knight. You have both knights right here that you could bring out. There's just endless opportunities right here, depending on what the other person makes. And this right here is the most common response. E4, E5. You'll hear that terminology a lot. It's just meaning like the king's pawn game. And then the follow. The knight was brought out right here. The reason why the knight is brought out is to start attacking this part right here. You also have the opportunity to move the other knight out. Just a really solid move. This right here is what's called the Philidor defense. The reason why it's such a good move is it defends right here. It also attacks and defends a lot of squares. The opportunities are endless. You could be putting your d4 pawn up there to start counterplay. You could also just look at bringing out your knight. You could just bring out your bishop right here and go for a fast castle right here. And let's see what was moved. If you guys are new to chess, make sure to drop down in the live stream section what your guys' ELO is at. I'm curious as to know what your guys' ELO is at. Make sure to drop that down in the comment section so that we can learn together, and you guys can teach me something, I can teach you guys something, and we can just have a good time. And if you aren't already and you do want to learn more chess, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We do really appreciate learning chess and helping grow that game. This move right here is a really strong move, and the reason for that is that it is threatening to push the D file pawn. And that is just really good because once I take, the black pieces will take back, and that allows black to have two pawns in the center of the board, which is generally the best case scenario. And so what I did to counter that is I moved my bishop out here. I just tried to create some threat and momentum right here against him, and this move right here is really solid. It is pretty passive. He did have the opportunity to like pin my knight right there, which I would have just kicked right out. He does also have the opportunity just to start moving and developing his pieces. Not any bad move though, for sure. And so I wanted to be really aggressive this game, so I put the pawn in the center of the board. The reason I did it this way is because after he takes, I would just take back with the queen right here, and this would be, I would have three pieces plus my queen out developed, and he did take, and I did take back with the queen. Really strong move right there, to my knowledge, and now we have some good threats. He did decide to attack right here. The best case scenario would have probably just been to drop my queen right back to square one. But first I castled. The reason why I castled was so that I could bring out my rook right here, create some threats on this E file because the king is pretty exposed and weak. He does decide to move out his knight, which is a really good tactic because he is able to push this pawn at any point that he does want. And I should have been a little more aggressive because I did push this pawn out eventually, but it was a little too late because he got to attack me first. And it's just not a smart move right here because I just was put under ruthless attack. And this is the point right here where I realized that my queen got trapped. And the reason why that is so bad is because it makes me have to sacrifice pieces, and this is the point in the game where I start going downhill. Not that it was a bad game at all, but the options for me right now at this point are to sacrifice two pieces just so that I can get my king out and back into safety, and that is exactly what I did. I decided to capture this pawn right here, and other opportunities I had were just not as good, so I decided to take right here, and then that would allow me to free up my queen and still have my queen in the game. I took this pawn back right here just to mount some pressure on this king right here. If you guys do spot any good tactics, make sure to drop that down in the comment section right here. We'll accept this challenge right here from this 600 level player. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully this is a subscriber. This is going to be a really fun game. From Belgium. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. We got a player from Belgium. He's playing the Carl Con defense. Really strong. Opening right here, we're going to be putting both our pawns in the center of the board. Really good opening from our opponent right here. We'll just be playing the decline variation. He does know his theory. Really strong moves. There is a lot of good opportunities right here for us. We'll just be bringing our bishop out right here to apply some pressure on his bishop. His bishop is a lot better usually with the Carl Con defense, so we don't want him having that bishop. And so we will happily trade those bishops off the board to start the game. And then we'll be looking at bringing out our knight right here, and the reason for that is we're going to be looking at castling here shortly, and we want to be able to castle really early in the game. And the other thing that we'll be doing is we'll be just bringing out our knights to some solid squares. We'll bring out our bishop to attack his queen. Right now, he is a very strong player. 700 is a really good place to start. We'll see. Let's see. We could be putting our. Is that the best move? We do that right here. We do put him in check. So if we push our pawn right here, he will be taking our piece right there. I'm not too worried about that because then after that we can take back. He takes right here, and then I could just give a check, take that back since it's, yep, I like that right there. So we'll just be putting him under pressure right now. We'll be attacking him with this pawn move right here, seeing what he decides to counter that with. We'll see if he takes that. So he doesn't take it. He doesn't fall for the bait. What we'll be doing instead is we will just be dropping our bishop back to the square. We're just going to be moving out our queen if we do decide to follow up with that. We'll also be castling here shortly. So our opponent is really solid. And if you are watching this video, guys, make sure to subscribe to be able to play against Red Rock Chess and enjoy this game. So our opponent does decide to move his queen over a little bit, which is fundamentally a really good move. What we're going to be doing right here is we're going to be castling, bringing out our knight, or even castling on this other side right here, depending on how things pan out. If he does decide to push his pawns right now, we will just be moving our king to the other side of the board. So yeah, and really strong move by our opponent right here. And what we'll actually do is we will castle king side. We want to castle the opposite side so that we can put some applying pressure on our opponent right here. He should be watching out for this pawn right here. He is very cautious about it, so very good on our opponent. The options for him are to be blocking with his knight, his bishop. Either one is a really good move. I'll just be developing my knight here shortly. So right here, what I'm going to be doing to try and create some threats and attacks on him is just to be flanking my queenside pawns. Good move by the opponent right here. What I'll be doing to counter that is to just be moving this pawn right here, just kind of start developing. I do want to be pushing my pawns, developing my knights, everything like that. He is applying some pressure, so he might just be trying to apply some more pressure. Who knows what his ultimate tactics are. He does make that move, very, very strong fundamental move by my opponent. But he did miss this right here where I am attacking his bishop. The reason why this is such a strong move for me is because he'll have to move his queen. There is no really good squares for him. He is probably trying to move this right here so that he can threaten a good checkmate opportunity. But it is going to be a really strong move for us to be pushing this pawn right here. So that is what we'll do. If we push this pawn right here and he does have to take, we could just take back right there, and then he could take back with that. So yeah, we'll just be moving this right here, and just seeing what our opponent decides to do. If he doesn't do anything, then we will capture that right there. And so let's see what the best move for us would be. So we'll capture this right here, and then we'll try and see. We'll see if he takes this back, which is a good move. It'll force us to take, and that will trade us down in pieces right here. It would be a fairly even trade, good trade overall. So we'll have to see what our opponent ends up doing. We'll see if they decide to be moving it that way. There's just a bunch of different opportunities for both of us to be playing some good chess. Yeah. Oh, he does decide that he does want to go for this right here. So what I'll be doing right here is I'll be moving my queen to put him in check right here. This forces him to be playing like that. Our opponent is really, really, really solid. So what I'll do is I'll be pushing this pawn right here just to create some attack on this knight right here. His knight is just in a really strong square, and we just don't want his knight in such a really strong square. And so the options right now for us are to also just move the knight right into this game and start to apply some pressure on this defensive knight right there. We'll be seeing what our opponent does. He does move his knight back a little bit, so what we'll do is we'll connect our rooks. It's really, really important to connect your rooks in the middle game. Ooh, this is such a strong move by our opponent. What I'm going to be doing to counter that is I'll be moving this right here, and the reason for that is if he takes right there, I should be fine just to take it back. That is a really, really strong move to move the knight back to its original square. He does decide to take, so what I'll do is I'll take it back right now. If he does take, then I'll just take back. I'd be surprised. Oh, wow, that is a really, really good move by our opponent. I totally, what was I thinking to take that first? Okay, this is going to be a very interesting game. It's been a long day, so this player is going to be playing some phenomenal chess today, and we will see what we can do to get back to our opponent. He is playing a really good game of chess, and I'm not surprised. He is playing really well. He's taking his time to think about his moves. We were definitely not patient right there. So definitely props to our opponent right now. He is playing some high-level chess, and we will need to be thinking a lot more about our moves to put our opponent in some good pressure. 6 points of material is a good amount. So what we're going to be doing right here, we'll just be taking this pawn right here, starting to get the lead back. It will take a good amount of effort on our end to be able to put our opponent in some good pressure. So what we'll do right now is we'll move our let's think about this right now. The options for us are to, let's see, we could move that there, kind of an okay move, not the best move. We'll move our knight right here just to kind of create some threats and attacks. Not really too worried about what our opponent can do. He does have the opportunity to like move his knight right there. Not really worried about that too much. We'll just shift and pivot over right here, kind of creating some pressure on this pawn primarily. He does decide that he wants to apply a lot of pressure on this pawn right here, which is a-okay. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be defending that right here with this move right here. He could decide to push his pawn right there, and that would be a really, really strong move by our opponent. I hope he doesn't make that move, but we'll see how that goes. We'll slide our king out of the way. If he does decide to push this pawn, that would be a really scary move. It just creates too much pressure on our king, and we could be looking into a heap of trouble just because this queen is also discovering attack that square right there, so we definitely don't want that. So the options for us are very limited. So he does find that move. So our opponent is a really strong player today. He is going to be able to attack our side, and it's just not looking good for us, guys. Let's see, what can we do? If we put that right there. Okay, we will see what our opponent does right now. They are playing so phenomenally well right now. We do have to be careful of how we do play this game out. So props to our opponent right now, playing really, really well. Okay, hopefully he doesn't take again with his rook, because that would just leave me really bad. So our options right now, we're just going to be trying to apply some overall pressure on his pieces. Right now, what we'll do, okay, so our opponent is playing really, really well. What we'll end up doing is we'll probably just have to shift over our knight right here, or our rook per se. Great offense by the opponent. Just absolutely crushing the game right now. We'll see how this game pans out. He has 3 minutes left on the clock, so a time disadvantage, but the 5 points of material that our opponent has right now is undeniable. Very, very, very strong by our opponent. Very strong moves, and we'll just have to see what moves our opponent makes. We'll see right now. We'll just move this right here. We'll see what our opponent moves right now. If he does do that, then that means we will have to apply some good pressure. Yeah, we'll just see what we have to deal with right now. We'll see, one sec. So yeah, he does make a very, very strong move right here. And what we'll do is we'll just give him a check. Okay. And then what we'll do is we will... The opponent is playing very well. Alright, and I'm loving this. This is great playing by our opponent right now. We'll just move this out right here, kind of see what what kind of move our opponent makes on us right now. Yeah, just absolutely impressed by our opponent right now. Our opponent is making really good moves, and I'm very impressed for this 700. Definitely should be at a higher rating than what he is at right now. Should be around 1,000 to 1,500 for just how well he's playing. Yeah, so he has a minute left on the clock, so he'll have to make some faster decisions here coming up. But I'm just super impressed. Very good job by our opponent right now. He does decide that he wants to attack my knight, which we are a-okay with, because we'll just move it out of the way. So right here we could be looking at doing that. Okay. The options for us are to move back, and that's what we'll just do right now. We'll just move this back right here. It does allow him to put some good pressure on our pawns attacking us. He is in a winning position, so we have to be very careful on how we let this game turn out. So what we'll do is we're going to create our threat by moving that. Okay, he does decide that he wants to attack this pawn right here. Very overall strong move by our opponent. What I'll do is I'll just attack this right here. Just trying to put his knight in a sticky situation. He is playing really well, so we have to be on the lookout for what move he might make. Ooh, this is such a strong move by our opponent. And the reason for that is it does allow him to be putting our pieces in tough decisions. So we'll have to take that right there. And then when he takes back, we'll just be pushing this pawn right here. That is pretty much one of the only moves we can be making at this point. So we just gotta apply some pressure on him. We'll just be walking our king down right here. So we'll see how our opponent works under pressure. He's taking a good amount of time to think. So what we'll be doing to just apply some pressure. I'm not generally too worried about what he can be doing. So I'll just be marching my king down the board, just to be able to move my pawn right here. Just create some problems for him. But he's doing phenomenal. Very impressed indeed. Yes, so we'll just be moving this right here. And then we'll just be marching our pawn down to the end. We'll see how everything pans out for us. Okay, we'll see how things go. We'll push this pawn right here. And then we'll see what move our opponent makes. So they do decide to move that right there, which is a-okay. What we'll do right now is we'll just be moving this right here. We'll have to move this right here. Take that piece back right here. looks like our opponent did run out on time. Definitely props to this player right here. I'm very impressed about skill level. Yeah, so definitely be on the lookout for C Major Jeremy, Jeremy. So yeah, was absolutely cooking that game. We'll give him a rematch. That was just such a super impressed, and I can't wait to see what he has in this game. Yes, absolutely well played by our opponent. So what I'll be doing right here is we will just be focusing more on the fundamentals of this game, trying to lock in. And thank you Pattinson Mustenson, Pata10 Met Sasson. Yeah, thank you for saying well played. Yeah, and make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. We do really enjoy seeing everything on the channel, and I hope you're having a great rest of your day. How are you doing today, Pat and Met Sasson? You having a good day so far? Hope everything is going well for you. It's a good start to the month, isn't it? Definitely we got a grandmaster coming behind the mouse of our opponent. He's definitely making some really strong moves. Okay, so very well knowledgeable and versed in chess, and so yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to invite your friends to follow the channel as well. We do really enjoy and love hearing everybody come together to watch and play chess. And if you guys want to be next, make sure to follow. We do have the opportunity for many of you guys to be playing chess against us, having it fun, just keeping it chill, just overall having a good time. So yeah, make sure to follow, because there is some exclusive times that you guys will be able to play and just enjoy your guys' day. What we'll be doing right now, just to apply some pressure, we'll defend this right here. We are going to be looking at just bringing out our queen, just overall applying some good pressure on the opponent. And so yeah, and let me know down in the comment section what your guys' favorite chess player is. For mine, it's Levi Rozman or Gotham Chess. Who is your guys' favorite player to either play or watch against? Definitely let me know down below, because that would be really cool to know. What I'll be doing right here is, I think what I'll do is I'll bring my knight back right here. If he takes, I'll just be taking back right here. So not really too concerned. I'll be applying pressure to him shortly. So very strong for the level that it shows. I'm very impressed by you, CM Jeremy. He does decide to castle. So what we'll do right now is we'll kick this bishop out right there. Just getting it out. He does decide that he wants to do that, so we'll take this right here, and then we'll take that right there. We have to be on our very biggest lookout, because this player is just such a strong-witted player, and we will be needing everything we have to be taking him down, because of just how fundamentally strong this player has been playing. And very well impressed by this player, and I hope to be seeing him in lots of my games, because he's got the determination, the knowledge, and everything that it needs to be a good player. Uh, and so right now what we're going to be doing is just trying to just take some overall pressure on him, try and see what options we have to attack him. Um, we took the pawn. His options are to push it, his pawn, or that he does also have the option to take. Either way, we should be in a good position. He has to try and defend this pawn right here as well. This pawn could be taken. If he does push, I do have the option to move this right here. So what I'll do is I'll just take this right here. Now I'm putting pressure on his knight, and that's a-okay. What I'll do right now as well, I'll just be putting some more pressure on his knight, just trying to make him dance around, have a hard time. And I do believe that this move just also trapped his knight. Yeah, his knight is trapped, so we should be able to pick up his knight on this next turn. So there is not much he can do, but he is playing phenomenal. And make sure to follow me on YouTube so that you guys can get this opportunity to play against me as well, that we can both learn, enjoy, have a good time no matter what. So yeah, and we're having a good time, so it's going to be good. So he does decide to just voluntarily give me that right there, so that's okay. We are looking at putting our next couple moves are just going to be bringing this rook into the game. We all are also looking at pushing this pawn right here up a couple of squares, so opponent has to be on the lookout for sure. And so, great move by our opponent right here. The only thing that he failed to realize is that I have this move right here, which does make him have to force trade one of his pieces at least. And that's good for us. So what we're going to be doing is taking his bishop here next, and then seeing what we have in store. Okay, so we'll take that right there. We'll also be taking this right here, and seeing what move our opponent decides to make. So it's anyone's game. This player is playing really well, very phenomenal, and I'm excited to see what the turnout is. So we'll take that piece right there. And then we will see if he decides to move his queen, or what move our opponent decides to make. And so, good move by our opponent right here. What I'll end up doing right here is I'll just move this right here. Taking that right there. This game is going pretty well for us so far. We are looking at bringing that there. Okay, we're not too worried about that because we do have the option just to slide our rook back right here to this square. We'll see how that goes. And then yeah, it should be a very good game for us. We'll just continue to push down our pawn until it promotes, and just hopefully march it down until victory. And what I hope you guys are learning from this game is to always be playing slow moves like our opponent has been. Just continue to slowly develop your pieces. Make sure to not rush in chess. It is good to always take your time. Our opponent has been very good at demonstrating that. And and I'm pretty sure that we do have a request from him. I will happily accept to be friends with him since he is just playing super well, and I love playing against this guy. He is just an absolute great demonstration of what it means to be a good chess player. What we'll do right now is we'll just push our pawn, and we'll see how things pan out. We're looking forward to a good endgame right here. We'll see how our opponent plays it. Okay, he does take right there, which is a-okay. We'll just take back with the queen right here. Just applying some good pressure on him. What we'll do next is we'll keep trying to push and march our pawn up. So that will be the next following move. And then we'll see from there what our opponent is deciding that he wants to do to counter it. So he does push that right there. We're not too worried about that, just because we'll just be pushing our knight up like that. And then we'll see what our opponent decides to do. There is a lot of different options that we have. Decides that he wants to be pushing his rook up, which is okay. It is a fork, unfortunately, for him, which is not the best case scenario. So he will have to at least lose his rook right now, and he's looking at a heap of trouble. Yeah, we'll just see how our opponent plays it out, and we'll just go from there. So what we'll be doing next is we'll be just taking this rook right there. He'll probably try and capture our rook over here back, but it is okay because there's nothing that he can do to stop this promotion right now, and checkmate will be inevitable, because we will just be just applying lots and lots of pressure on him. Right here, what we'll be doing to stop him is just right here. Should just be able to put that right there, and what that is doing is it's threatening check right here, and then just the eventual promotion of our queen. We are also threatening to put him in check right here, and then promoting our queen right here. So the game will be over in the next couple moves, but props to our opponent right now for playing a tough game and not resigning. Very, very well. It's very impressive that players, even when they're down, still end up playing and finishing out the game. And you should never resign in chess. You should always be focused on developing your skills, playing, having a good time is the most important thing. What we'll do right here is we'll just be bringing out our bishop right here and seeing what our opponent decides to play. And then there is only one option for him, and then that just leads right there to eventual checkmate. So yeah, we will see how our opponent plays it out. So little tactic for you guys right here. This is checkmate right here. It should be like that, and so this is checkmate because of this pin right here that's on the queen, on this queen. You cannot take, so that is just checkmate right there. Absolutely great move for them. Welcome Osmongo to the chat. Hope you guys are having a good day as well. How are you doing today, Osmongo? Having a good day. Yeah, let's see right here. We'll pivot layouts right here. We'll see how the chat's going. We got a hello in the chat right there. We'll see. Why hello. Comment down in the comment section down below who is your favorite chess player. We'll be seeing, and we'll see who is the latest subscriber is. Oh, I'm doing good. How are you today? Just preparing for the birthday. We got the birthday tomorrow, guys. Birthday is tomorrow. Guess how old we're turning. It's gonna be a good birthday. Anybody else have a birthday here in April, or what when is your guys' birthdays? You got a birthday at the beginning of the year, you got the birthday in the middle of the year. Excited to hear how everybody's doing this month, and got a couple people here in the chat, so should be really good today. And we are a small channel, so what we'll be doing right here is we will also be adding a displayed amount. We are trying to go for 15 subscribers. Right now we are at 9 subscribers, so we'll put in text right here, creating new, just like this. So we'll be going for this right here. We'll put this right here, move it right there. We are at 9 out of 15 subs, so our goal is to go for 15 subscribers. So if you guys aren't already subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, and we're going to be playing some chess today until we do. So the goal is to go for 15 subscribers, so please make sure to subscribe. It does help us out a lot. And so yeah, let's see how things go. Oh, we'll update this right now. We are at 11 subscribers. Thank you guys for all subscribing. It does really help us out, and I do really appreciate that, guys. It means more than you guys will ever know. So we'll change that right now to update it to 11 subscribers. So 11 out of 15 subscribers. So if you guys do know anybody that as well as does love chess, make sure to invite them to subscribe as well, and we'll be continuing playing. So if you guys do want to play against us as well, definitely take the chance to be putting that up in there. Yeah, last game did not really go as planned, so yeah, no, it's all good, man. Like you were playing phenomenal. I am really impressed. If that was you playing out there, I am very well impressed by you. And let's get back into it. We'll play again. Let's go back into play another match. We'll see right here. It looks like we wanted a rematch. So yeah, if you guys are new, we're going for 15. We'll see right here. So we'll accept a rematch right there if you're still online. We'll just keep playing, and whoever else wants to play, make sure to feel free to join, and we'll definitely play some more chess. We're going to be doing some more streaming here often, so definitely stay tuned for that. I do upload videos pretty much 2 to 3 times a week. Upload daily puzzles on my Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook page of Red Rock Chess, and we also have redrockchess.com coming out here soon, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. So we'll see right here. See if it still allows me to rematch, and if not, then we should be good. Let's just refresh the page, make sure that everything's going smoothly on both our ends. So yeah, we're 4 subscribers away from being able to complete our 15 subscriber goal for the day. So yep. Who's everybody's favorite? Who's everybody's favorite chess player? Does anybody have a favorite chess player here in the chat? Okay, we got Hikaru here in the chat. Okay, got Hikaru. How about everybody else? Got Hikaru's a good player right there. Oh, Fabiano Caruana. That is such a great player right there. How about this? Let's go ahead and review a game played by them. First, we do have a community, guys. So if you guys do want to join the Red Rock community, there is one on here. So, right here. So we got this more. So if you guys do have chess.com, make sure to go to this page right here where you guys can go to more and just join the community. It's called Red Rock Chess Community, Red Rock Chess Academy. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So yeah, what we'll be doing is that. So I hope you guys are having a great day as well. So yeah. Let's see. Chess.com is going slow today. So what we'll do is we'll actually go right here and then